Real business owner.
Whatever your situation is currently is not your forever situation.
That's really what real business owners is, man. Like, we don't care where you come from, where are you going?
Our goal and our job is to reduce the mistakes that you have to make or the money that you have to lose.
You want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, don't give up.
You learn, adjust, and continue to move forward.
Welcome back to another episode of the Real Business Owners Podcast. Today's going to be a little bit different. I couldn't make this episode, so I actually had Corey step in, and it's going to be a little blast from the past. So Corey and Kale are actually this week's episode, and so Kale has a bunch of different projects going. I have a bunch of different projects going, and so we thought it would be cool to give you guys an update on where Kale's at, what he's been up to, where his focus is at this point in time, and so that's what this episode is about. Make sure you guys enjoy the episode, share the episode, and if you're ready to level up, go to joinrbo.com.
What's your new passion project that you're working on right now?
Dude, my passion is we've launched a new podcast show, okay, and it's just cool sales group over at Easier Accounting. My passion's fit.
You've talked about it for years and years, so everybody kind of gets to. In fact, I think we've even had some members on it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys have heard Kaysen, stuff like that, but. When I really sit back, which I haven't done, I'm doing a lot more of sitting back and like really analyzing what am I good at? What do I do? What do I like about everything, right? Like I've always been just go, man. I'm Energizer Bunny. You put me at an event, I'll go from sun up to sundown. I won't sleep for 2 days. I just want to make deals, I love making deals, but more than anything, I love building teams, dude. I just love it. I love bringing people in. I love delegating things that they love to them and seeing people flourish. And so it just hit me one day, man, as I've done less and less of RBO, Trev had a different vision for it, which is totally awesome, dude. He crushes it. He's doing amazing. I had a different vision, and it was what, after my dad died and passed away and man, things just changed, and it was what, man?
Those events do help shift you, refocus.
Do, man. But I want Trevor to go run his vision, and I want him to be very successful at it. And, I want him to build people up the way he loves to build people up, and I just realized my passion isn't being, a big figure in the business world or anything like that, and being on the podcast and continuing to grow it and throwing events and being gone from my family all the time. My passion is building our sales team and being home more with my family and having more experiences with them. And, but I've realized that, I'm really good at building up producers and sales teams, and I'm really good at making deals. And that's what lights me up, man. It really is. And so
I've known you for a long time, and I can speak to this part, and I know you're super passionate about this. And I'm not saying you're overlooking it, but from an outside perspective, dude, I know you're passionate about making connections.
Yeah.
Introducing people and
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so this new show I launched is called Easier Money, the podcast, right? And it's really obviously the financial sector, dude. I love the financial part of business. I do. Am I a financial wizard? Am I a wealth manager? Am I a CPA? No. But I've been around this forever, and I have all my experiences from my entire life, of that have revolved around money. And I know a lot about making money. I know a lot about keeping money. I know a lot about investing money through successes and failures. And so this is a show where I want to build a platform for my guys to raise the ceiling for them. I want to watch them evolve, so I'm not on the show. I will be, I am on there. But I'm trying to build a platform for these guys to go out there,
helping them
their own connections,
create their own brand. And
that's what I want to teach people to do on the podcast too. Hey man, watch us grow, evolve with us. We're going to be talking to you about deals we're doing and how we're putting them together. We're going to be talking about deals for you guys that are helping us make more money. We're going to be talking about our experiences, our stories with our clients, with our referral partners of how to actually keep more of your money and how to invest more wisely through these experiences that we're currently doing and obviously that we've done over the years. And so, dude, we're 20 years in business, man, coming up in, I started in business in 2006. So we're 18, going on 19 years in business. I've got a lot to share. And so I'm going to get on the podcast here and there. I'm going to bring guests on, but more importantly, dude, I'm teaching my guys that have this amazing ability as well. They're great sales guys. They're highly knowledgeable around the money game as well. Like, I'm very passionate about teaching them to bring people into the podcast, teaching them to make their own connections, teaching them how to get their connections connected with other connections, because that's where so much value is made, right? And so now we have this like triple, quadruple badass benefit where it's like, my guys just raised the ceiling. They're putting themselves out there. They're out there creating their own leads, plus the company's giving them leads, plus, they're making connections, plus they're being connectors. And it's like, wow, it all benefits them. And Easier Accounting, and Real Business Owners, and whatever other company we all own within the network. And so, and obviously benefits the listeners and the people that want to evolve with us.
They've already actually launched a handful of episodes.
Yeah.
What are some of the topics?
So some of the topics are how to like, first of all, the opening topic is me and Kaysen of like why we're building the show. Why we want our guys to evolve. So many people in a company, you own a company, it's like you want your sales guys, your producers, like pigeonholed and golden handcuffs, and they only call your leads, and you kind of want to like almost own them so that they can't ever leave you. And it's like, dude, this is totally opposite, man. It's like so the whole first episode's all about like building your team up to where it's like, dude, they could go conquer the world, but they stay because, you constantly pour into them, and so that whole first episode is like why we're doing it, why we're not scared of doing it. Like we want this platform to be like, and the people listening to it, like why you should go and pour into your company that way as well, the power and the magnitude of that. Right. And so there's a cool opening episode, I feel like, with me and Kaysen on there. But then our guys have jumped on and they've shared stories about their clients that they've helped, whether it be, some tax reduction strategies. And we've done some specifically on real estate. So like, hey, getting your wife to become a real estate professional status so you can pass through cost segregations against your W-2 income. If you have 2-income household, some of it's W-2. So there's some strategic stuff in there about.
So it really is like the game.
Yeah. It's the money game, man.
Yeah.
How to make more money. There's about 5 or 6 episodes right now. What I did an episode on just basically a solo one just recently. I think it launches actually this Friday. I did a solo episode just basically on the whole progression of money, man. Like, you want to make more money. Here's actually the real secret of making more money. It's not about like an industry thing and like picking the right industry. It's like, what phase of making money are you in? Are you a laborer, or are you a manager? Because managers make more money than just regular laborers, but you eventually, if you really want to get to the next level income wise, you've got to figure out what that next level is. And so I break down what that next level is. And then I break down the level after that as well. And the third level that I break down is becoming a person that uses your voice in the marketplace, which is one of the scariest things to do, and how to find the courage in order to do it. Because in order for you to get past the manager stage, and go from that, $30,000 level as a laborer to that $80,000 level as a year as a manager, but now to go to that multi-6-figure person and multi-7-figure person, you've got to start becoming a person that uses their voice. And so I give some strategic things on how to inspire your team and how to inspire the marketplace to be attracted to you.
Right? Yeah. And using your voice, people like, you hear it a lot, and this has probably been the past year, 18 months, maybe 24 months that I've heard this a lot more. You need to create your own personal brand, right?
Yeah.
Dude, a lot of people don't know what that is. Like, well, okay, cool. What is, Kale Goodman, right?
Yeah.
But that's really, and they were like, even through this process of RBO, how many times did I tell you that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, really, you're like, Trev's got his own brand, you've got your own, and together it was RBO.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But the power carries on no matter what happens, whether you decide to transition out of Easier, right? If that personal brand, the Kale Goodman brand, it carries on and lives on past that project. And this is the cool thing, is to create this for your sales guys.
Yeah.
If people will take advantage of it, nobody really, well, maybe some people do, want to hop on a microphone. Some people just naturally want to gravitate to being on stage.
When you're building companies, you should always be building your personal brand as well. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Because when you're building companies, most of the time you are building them to be their own brand, to exit them, and there's really no enterprise value. Like, let's go. If Easier Accounting was called Kale Goodman Accounting, it would be worth a lot less money. if it all just hinged on me. Why would anybody want to buy my brand, Kale Goodman Accounting, when Kale Goodman's leaving the accounting firm? You know what I mean? So you got to build your companies to be their own brand, but you got to build you to be your own brand as well. You know, and really what it takes for people that are like wanting to start their own company or they're early on in building companies is like, really, it just takes you getting really honest with yourself of like, am I really leading myself, right? Am I leading myself the way I want to lead myself to be like the best at what I want to be? Or am I just accepting where I already am? You know what I mean? And so like that's the first mindset that you've really got to get clear on. Like, am I really leading myself where I want to go? You know, like nothing else matters in the world, dude. Mm-hmm. It's like, what do you want? You know, and go build your personal brand around that so you always have that asset, you know, but build your companies to be like worth that enterprise value as well, you know, and I feel like that's what I'm doing, man. You know what I mean? I'm building my companies to be worth something that are going to benefit the world for, you know, generations. And, you know, I'm always wanting to build my personal brand by, you know, like leading myself to follow my own ethics and morals and values and building other people up. Like, am I ever going to tarnish my reputation when I take my sales team and say, hey, let's build you a podcast platform that you can all get on and you can share these valuable lessons with the world, and then you're going to get attention from it and you're going to help people, and then those guys are going to thank me no matter what happens with it, man, one day. Like, they're going to call me up and they're going to thank me for like, dude, you started teaching me to get uncomfortable and put myself out in the world. Or, you know what, dude, you whether the show works or not, you know, they're going to be like, dude, I got something from it, man. I got something. What I am doing to lead myself isn't to be this next Andy Frisella or whatever. It's like, I want to build other people up to just put themselves out there at some level to help other people, because that's always going to benefit my reputation out in the marketplace.
And I think something really important to remember about it, I have experienced it firsthand from the very few times that I've been on.
Yeah.
But I've also been with you and Trev at like an airport, and people are like, dude, you guys are the real business owners.
Yeah.
Your brand actually precedes you before you ever meet that person. Like that becomes the ambassador.
Yeah.
It shapes the world that they see it. So the handful of times when I hop on a call with somebody's calling about joining the inner circle or whatever, right? And they've heard an episode with me, there's this magic that happens of a level of credibility.
Yeah.
That it's the weirdest thing.
And everybody checks up on everybody nowadays, bro. It's like Google, Facebook, Instagram, like what's followers, what's your reviews online? Like everybody's checking out your company. Everybody's checking out you before they make their decision. And so it's like, why would you not persuade that to be the most authentic to who you are and put it out there? You know, like you shouldn't only just operate with morals and ethics and values. You should be like building your Google pages. You should be building your personal branding. You should be like, you know, putting your reviews when you help people out online. Like, you know what I mean? You should be building your Facebook to look a certain way to attract your ideal person that you can help in the marketplace, you know? And so that's another great point.
When I first met you guys, the brand Easier Accounting was so like, maybe the word's not polished, professional.
Yeah.
Like the font, the signage in the place, like everything was it. I immediately came to this conclusion. I'm like, these guys know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, and so when the opportunity came to actually like work with you guys, I'd made a decision before that was ever even into play, if that makes sense. So, you know, don't underestimate that. But I want to switch gears here for a second.
Let's do it.
Your other projects, you know, I know that you've got a little coffee venture going on. The little bit that you kind of kept me in the loop, you've done some cool things, like, you know, getting into like one of the local state parks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, what are some of the lessons that you've learned in that?
Me and my wife, we love traveling. We love taking our family to travel. And one of the things we always do is we're coffee drinkers, and we like the culture around coffee shops and stuff like that, right? And so looking into it, and, you know, dude, it's crazy because when you look into coffee business, it's like just a regular little mom and pop shop that you walk into. Like, you know, the margins can be super slim or they can be super rich. It all depends on location and where you're at and how you brand yourself, just like we're talking about, you know. So nothing means more to me than teaching my kids how to be independent, self-sufficient people. I think the best way to do that is to get them off the sidelines and get them in the game. Let's start a family business, And so, we partnered up with, the Great and Grind fam and dude, we just jumped in. We're going to figure this thing out as we go, and we're going to give our family in the game lesson on entrepreneurship. And that's the biggest passion. The second passion is that, one, we love coffee. It's like something that we love, dude. Like, we get to serve customers. We get to be more ingrained in the community. Like, dude, you have no idea how much it's lightened me up that, like, I have people coming to me and like, hey, do you want to sponsor the St. George Ironman or Marathon next year? Not only pull one of your little mobile units over there and serve the community, but and get to know everybody. But I get to sponsor these well-known events and these areas, and we get to serve tourists, and we get to serve locals, and we get to know the locals, and that's going to give my kids opportunities to shake hands with people. And I'm not trying to turn all my kids into entrepreneurs, dude.
But I think it's cool that you're giving them the foundation.
I'm just trying to teach them to be independent, self-sufficient, good people in the world. That's what matters to me, man. I need to teach my family what it takes to become self-sufficient, because not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody should be an entrepreneur. The world needs everything. We need our people to go to college and create really good study habits. When you get home from school, you don't go play with your friends until you're done watching your debates on YouTube and you're actually doing some research and some recon and what makes a good attorney, and you're getting your schoolwork done. And we're going to build some routines in there, and you're going to get consistent at them, and then we're going to get disciplined at them, because this is your dream, and I want to help you get your dream. I just want to help my kids get their dreams, Doesn't matter. Doesn't have to be entrepreneurship.
Dude, I've enjoyed this, man. It's always good to see you.
Dude. It's just like having one of our conversations on the phone, bro. It's just good. Dude, I'm really excited about new directions, man. There's a lot of just really cool things going on, and I've had a really hard couple years, man. Dad passing away, and family, and being the executive of his will, and business partners and different pages and going different directions, and it's all good, man. It's all good. Everybody's gonna win, but you have to go through hard things. It's been a really hard couple years, but it's cool, man. It's cool to be starting to see some momentum happening, and the things I really care about, building my family business and, rebuild, dude, Easier Accounting is a totally different company. Trev's been over here building his Real Business Owners, and he has a vision I want him to go crush it at. And you have a vision here that you want to go crush it at. And so a lot of listeners have listened to me with Trev over the years. We've done some awesome stuff together. From building this show, we've put some cool content out, and it's just been awesome stuff as we're learning, we're growing. And that's the same thing over at the new podcast, the Easier Money one. And dude, watching these guys come out of their shell, there's so much value in that. But those guys are badasses in sales, they're badasses at marketing, they're learning to market themselves, they're badasses at the money game. They've been talking to hundreds and even thousands of business owners over the last 5, 6, 7 years, solving problems for them. But there's a lot to learn over there, and there's a lot to watch that people are going to be able to implement to their companies. And it's the money tactical side of things on making it, keeping it, and investing in. So there's just a lot of value in it, I think. So I'm excited to watch it evolve.
Dude, it's good to catch up with you, man.
Dude, you too, man. It's a pleasure, bro. It's almost like some cool closure, dude, to do a final episode at RBO. And I got a lot of love for you and appreciation for Trev and the time that we had building this thing, and everyone's done some amazing things.
It's going to be cool to watch what you guys do.
I'm very grateful. I really am very grateful for a lot of things I learned, and now having some skill sets to go pour into other people like our guys over there at Easier Money and Easier Accounting, and just find ways as this all evolves to support each other. That's a big deal to me, dude. I truly do want everyone to win. You don't get out of things easy, despite all the visions evolving in different directions and, people having different perceptions and arguments, and it's just part of business. But it'd be really cool to see everybody figure out how to build this badass thing where everybody wins. There's nothing better than that.
Hope you enjoyed that episode. Kel and Corey absolutely killed it. Go check out the Easier Money, the podcast that Kel's producing over there with the Easier Accounting sales reps. Other than that, guys, kick ass. Have an amazing week, and keep tuning in.